Before we get into today's video, make sure to vote on my poll for the best designs out of the Delta Pokemon. We are on part 2, and the top 2 get to the next round. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this for quite a bit now. I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing this. But yeah, make sure to vote on the poll and all of that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. So it's gonna be a quick video today for you guys because I work today and on Saturday. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make these short videos quickly. But either way, I just wanted to talk about playing tournaments again because I did make a tournament video like 2 videos ago before my Triple Fusions video, and I just wanted to make more tournament content, seeing how I'm playing in more tournaments recently. And I just want to go over turn 0. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is turn 0? Well, turn 0 is basically this turn, like before the game has even started. Like, you load up and team preview. Like, consider team preview and turn 0 to be synonymous terms at this point. But either way, I'm going to be using this video, this replay, as an example for turn 0. And this is Auras monotype, if you couldn't tell by the fact that I have 6 normals versus 6 darks. But yeah, this is Gen 6 monotype. And what do you call it? I played this yesterday versus my opponent Sayo here, and to be fair, the prep is not the most important part. Like, I was gonna bring normal regardless because I'm comfortable running normal on every single gen realistically that has Megalopony. And that deck's monotype. Gen 6, Gen 7 monotype is like, normal is basically just the same 6 pretty much all the time, but Auras is a bit more unique because you have options like Heliolisk, which you aren't really running in other generations. But regardless, yeah, so obviously here, turn 0 being the most important turn, because you have to realize as a player what your win path is on how to win this game. So I basically loaded into this game and I was thinking to myself, well, I actually have a good matchup, number one, because, you know, I have a Megalopony which has fighting coverage, which is super effective against Dark. But that isn't how the game, like, will go that easily for me, because obviously, as you can see, there's a Mandibuzz which is able to tank Megalopony's attacks. It ends up being Rocky Helmet, which, to be fair, I was expecting, but, you know, it's not as easy as just clicking high jump kick 6 times. Could also be a Scarf Hydreigon as well, Scarf Crocodile. There are obviously a lot of things that could go wrong in my direction, basically. So turn 0, most important turn, because you have to think about it's like chess in a way. If you've ever played chess, like, you have to think many moves ahead, and Pokemon, playing Pokemon is no different from that. But yeah, before we get into the replay, like and subscribe, join the kingdom. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are 91 subscribers away from the big 1K. So if you're seeing a lot of my content and you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing. I'll much appreciate it, and thank you guys for all the support recently. But yeah, let's get into this replay, and I'll tell you what my thoughts were turn 0 exactly. So the first thing was, what am I going to do for the first turn? You have to realize, in terms of team preview / turn 0, you have to realize, well, my first priority is, what am I going to lead with turn 1? Think about what your best possible lead is into the matchup. Now, you have to consider what your opponent is going to do as well, but your primary priority is the fact that, what am I going to lead off with turn 1? That's probably the most important thing on turn 0. So obviously, I want to Mega Evolve my Lopunny as soon as possible, because I want to get that stab fighting coverage. I want to get my, you know, speed tier higher than Weavils, for example. And yeah, so obviously my best choice was Mega Lopunny. There's not really any counterplay that they can do for that. But obviously, I feel like my opponent could have led off with Mandibuzz, because that's probably their best option into Megalopony. But as you can see by this turn 1, if we just go over this turn 1 quickly, I lead off with the Lopunny and they lead off with the Crocodile. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, I'm able to get off my Mega, like, freely. And I think they probably should have led off with Mandibuzz realistically, because in their head, they should have just thought, well, this guy is probably gonna get his best Pokemon versus my team, in terms of, like, they want to get it going as soon as possible. Like, they should be thinking, well, they're gonna want to get their Megalopony, like, activated as soon as possible, so they can start clicking those stab high jump kicks. Lopunny does not have CC in Gen 6 and Gen 7, so keep that into account. But yeah, I knew, like, Crocodile coming out first. Obviously, I'm gonna Mega Evolve and Fake Out, because that's Megalopony's bread and butter, and obviously I can benefit from that because they can't attack me this turn. But moving on to turn 2, obviously, like, I go Staraptor, because either I'm taking the superpower. I don't think Croc has CC in Gen 6, but, you know, Staraptor is my best choice, because if they click the fighting move, Staraptor's neutral, Intimidate -1 is not going to do any damage. or they click EQ, which you know, I'm immune to because I'm a flying type. So yeah, like Staraptor was always the choice there. But like, just thinking about like game one, I feel like they would have probably been in a better position if they led up with Mandibuzz. Because if I faked out Mandibuzz, I would be taking Rocky Helmet damage, and my Lopunny would be getting a lot chipped later on, especially due to the fact that like every time Lopunny comes in, I want to like his dark Pokemon. Obviously, I'm going to outspeed and threaten Oko with high jump kick, but Mandibuzz is always going to be able to take that, and obviously I have to worry about taking chip damage, taking like 1/6 HP. Like I think that's about 14-15% from Rocky Helmet. So like I have to worry about Lopunny's HP because I could be in range of Weavile's Ice Shard and, you know, like Sandstorm chip as well. Like I don't want my Lopunny being chipped, but I feel like that should have been their game plan as well. But yeah, so at this point in the game, like I just realized I need to position Lopunny in. Most of the time they do go Tyranitar, and as you can see I U-turned on my Staraptor, and the thing is like getting momentum up, because as you can see I can get Lopunny in, and high jump kick is pretty free because I'm able to just click it. And obviously they have Mandibuzz, and I realized that you know, Rocky Helmet damage. But as you can see, Lopunny is now at 72% from switching in, taking 6% from Sandstorm, to, you know, like taking Sandstorm chip and Rocky Helmet. Like again, yeah, Lopunny could eventually be in range of Banded Weavile Ice Shard, for example, and it's a thing where I don't want that because this mon is just a 6-0 button versus Dark once Mandibuzz is gone. So my main objective this game, in order to win, and you have to analyze your win paths, is the fact that I need to get rid of Mandibuzz, and then I can click high jump kick, you know, 5 more times. You know, just click high jump kick on Tita, Weavile, Scrafty, Hydreigon. And obviously, like, they are Scarf Crook, and like, this comes down to metagame knowledge as well. Like, if you know what format you're playing, you can kind of just guess the sets. And I've played enough Monotype, and even though I didn't really play Gen 6 Monotype, especially when it was current gen, but obviously, like, you can play old gens without it being the current generation. Like, I only started playing Monotype in Gen 7. But, you know, I can kind of just guess from the team comp, like, what I could expect. Like, I can expect a Mega Tita, but they haven't had the opportunity to Mega it yet. Banded Weavile makes sense. Scrafty was the only one where I was just a bit confused because, again, I don't really see Scrafty's kind of used in Gen 9, but it's not like a common pick, and I don't know what it really does in the like earlier gens. But like, as you can see later on in this replay, this thing was going to be bulk up. But yeah, like, I pretty much analyzed that this is most likely Scarf Croak. Maybe it could have been double Scarf Hydreigon, but like, I checked the Smogon decks for what Hydreigon typically runs in what do you call it, Gen 6 Monotype, and it's typically Specs. So I'm just going to assume that my first option is Specs, but never really fall into assumptions straight away, because again, this could have been a double Scarf comp. But I feel like for the breaking power, you'd probably appreciate you know, Hydreigon's breaking potential with choice specs. So yeah, because Gen 6 is just generally a bulkier meta game than compared to Gen 7 or Gen 9, for example. So yeah, take that into account. But yeah, as you can see, like, I have to play on the back foot a little bit now because this is Mega Tita DD, and this one does a lot of damage. As you can see, it's 46 on Porygon 2. I had to Toxic there, and obviously I'm gonna die to the next Stone Edge. But at this point, I was like, I need to keep Porygon 2 alive. I'd rather have some sacks later for Weavile and Crocodile. But yeah, I go Diggersby, and to be fair, they like, they stayed in, they didn't anticipate the Scarf Diggersby, and I'm happy I went Scarf over Banded because I was able to play around that. But yeah, Hydreigon comes in, I get in Chansey, but they go, what did I say, Chansey? I always say Chansey. Yeah, Chansey, I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, as you can see, bulk up Scrafty here, and like, this is where it gets a bit dicey because I'm just like, this one has Shed Skin Rest and is just a very annoying Pokemon. I can see why people did not like Scrafty in Oras RU, man, because it's basically just doing the same shit that it's doing here. But yeah, like, the point of this video essentially is just to, like, because to be honest, the rest of the replay doesn't really matter. Like, I pretty much just played this game according to what made the most sense to me. Like, eventually, like, I needed to keep Mandibuzz low, and like, they haven't had much opportunities to roost. Like, as you can see, this shit is at 44%. So like, the next time I get Mega Lopunny in, it obviously gets 2-hit KO'd by high jump kick in range, because like, the first high jump kick did freaking 39. So yeah, Mandibuzz basically can't switch in. And even if like Mega Lopunny kills something, e.g. like the Weavile, for example, they decide to sack Crocodile, obviously from this position here they'll get a Mandibuzz, and then I can just outplay that, because they're forced to roost. Like, obviously high jump kick doesn't kill, so I can just go Heliolisk and just play the game from here. In terms of my own play, the only thing I could have done here, I knew Hydreigon was probably coming out because Weavile doesn't switch in, Scrafty's low and still asleep, and that is the T-Ball, obviously. I could have just clicked HP Ice. Again, I did not lose anything from clicking HP Ice. But, you know, it doesn't really matter because Heliolisk's, like, role, like, was pretty much done. Even though I could definitely just play around Mandibuzz by Toxic in it with Chansey. It's just a thing where they actually even risk Focus Blast missing, which is the funny shit. But yeah, I can just get in Chansey here, get on my Stealth Rocks as they go Scrafty. And yeah, as long as I have Staraptor alive, like, you have to worry about what their win cons potentially are as well, and their win con was definitely, you know, Scrafty. Like, if this thing had set up enough bulk ups and they got good sleep RNG with Shed Skin, I was in a bit of trouble. But as you can see, Mandibuzz comes in, Staraptor is always able to do some decent damage. The crit does not help, to be fair. The crit was pretty bad for them, but like, I still think I was in a decent situation because like Staraptor pretty much just 1v1s Mandibuzz decently well. But yeah, like, we just keep playing this game. Mandibuzz dies, and at this point, when Mandibuzz dies, you know, like, Mega Lopunny just starts clicking, and yeah, that is it. But the takeaway from this video is always plan out your game plan from turn 0, the team preview. Like, just plan it out from this situation here. Realize what you have, realize what your opponent can do, and just play accordingly. And yeah, that's why I won this game. Even though, like, you could say I had a good matchup, which I did, you still need to apply it to pretty much every other matchup, whether it's a good matchup, bad matchup, whether it's a monotype Tails, not a monotype tier. Like, all of the stuff I said can apply to Gen 9, all of the stuff I said can apply to Gen 3, Gen 4. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, innit? Peace.